Hey, welcome to the channel. We hope that you enjoy today's stories and check out the chapters on the video to see all the stories for today. But before we get into this video, subscribe to the channel and hit that bell icon to get notified when we release a new video. So let's get into the video.
The boy that we played with was not alive. When we were young, I and my brother used to Marco Polo all the time. It was our thing. We used to play with a boy named Jeremy who was 10 years old. Eventually Jeremy stopped coming around and me and my brother, being kids, kept playing Marco Polo or even tag. I remember distinctly me and my brother getting mad that my mom wouldn't let Jeremy come over or for us to go over to his house, being she's never met let alone seen the other kid we play with, so we remember telling her to meet him. We ended up going to the park across the street where we would play with him, and he never showed. My mom grounded us for inventing this lie about a kid, which wasn't a lie. I ended up finding out maybe a year later that the woman across the street lost a son named Jeremy who froze to death due to the blizzard years and years ago. So, what creeps me out is now in the present time, 2023, I am 29 years old. Me and my brother were drinking with our little brother. My little brother was talking about past games, etc., and my spine chilled when he started talking about tag and Marco Polo. I got home and distinctly heard Marco. I am not going crazy. Could talk about a past event that triggered this spirit to have found its way to me so many years later. Edit. Just want to thank everyone for the comments and assurance, as I've felt uneasy since the incident and never felt this way in my own home. If I'm overthinking it, but I've been feeling like I'm not alone since we talked about the child from many years ago.
Powerful spirit in our house. So, my wife and kids have lived in our 120-year-old house for a few years, but this January we have had some very strong paranormal activity happening. Started with 3-year-old saying he wants to move houses and crying out lots at night. Can feel a strong pull at night weighing you down, even separating and pushing apart me and my wife. Lots of involuntary body movements. So much stronger at night as you are almost asleep and can feel a lot of energy around you. You are conscious but almost not in control. As it takes over you can overpower it, but when not focusing on it pulls you back under control. Can feel it release, and one of the boys will cry out, settle them, then the other one, almost like clockwork. When it's really powerful can pull me down to the ground, bringing me to my knees even when out of the bedroom. Seems to also be quite powerful outside the house too. Soon as you leave the property you are fine, but soon as enter can almost play on your emotions like mind control. It's really hard to even put it into words. Have had a priest bless the house with holy water. Tried white sage and crystals, which seemed to aggravate it more, and got in some mediums who said there is a burial outside but not an evil spirit. But what I am experiencing, I think it might be. We are about to sell the house, just seeing if there's any advice or options before we do. Thanks.
If you're enjoying today's video about stories of our lives, hit that like button and subscribe to the channel to see more videos like this and more. Now, let's get back to the video.
I think I have a haunted doll and I don't know what to do about it. Less than a week ago, I purchased a doll from a yard sale. She's a very pretty doll. She's about 18 inches tall, with blonde curly hair and a blue dress with white lace. She has gorgeous blue eyes and overall is a very pretty antique doll. I've never been very interested in dolls, however, I was drawn to her. Ever since that day, some odd things to say the least have been happening. The first day I got her, I felt very off and paranoid. Then, my typically very quiet and polite bird began screaming very often. He has never been very loud around me and only screams when other people, my mom, siblings, and friends, are in the room. He's a very jealous bird. But now he has started screaming randomly and consistently. I've tried giving him more food and water. I've tried playing with him, letting him fly around, everything. He won't stop. Then, this morning I woke up to what looks to be about 5 small scratches all in a row on my kneecap. Now I have 3 cats, however, they are not allowed in my room at night, as they eat my plants, so I know for a fact it was not a cat. Lastly, I'm currently laying on my bed with one of my cats. He was being normal, rubbing around on me, and I'm petting him. Out of nowhere, he jumped and turned around, almost as if something touched him suddenly. I reached out and tried to pet him and he jumped again, before realizing it was me and calming down. I don't know, but something just feels a bit off.
Is it possible I'm actually being watched, or are my fears getting the best of me? When I first met my boyfriend, he was living in a really nice apartment. Then he quit his job and we stayed in some Airbnbs until he finally relocated for a new job. We lived in an apartment, then eventually moved again and lived in a loft. After about a year, he bought a house. Ever since we have been in this house, something feels off. I have been uneasy, jumpy, and uncomfortable. I have been getting more nightmares. I hate moving around the house when my boyfriend isn't home. It constantly feels like I'm being watched, doesn't matter what I'm doing. It's just like something sinister is staring. But when I look up, I see absolutely nothing. The TV and couch are in the basement, so I spend a lot of time down there, and more often than not, I hear someone say my name. Sometimes it comes from the laundry room, other times from the stairs. It gives me cold chills, and I say a protection prayer, or I distract myself and play loud music. It's honestly bumming me out. I just want to feel comfortable. The weird thing is, I'm not like this when I'm at someone else's house. Is it possible I'm just being paranoid? Or maybe the house has a dark history? Or something senses my fear and it's playing on it?
Thanks for watching, and if you enjoyed today's video, hit that like button and subscribe to the channel to see more videos about stories of our lives. Click on one of these videos to watch more and see you soon.